Hey, Red Rebellion here. Lately, I've noticed this trend of sympathetic villains, and people seem to think Dabi from MHA is one of them. I beg to differ, which leads me to my next thought. I had a thought about ... Dabi. Now, let's start off with a big, fat caveat. The circumstances of Dabi's, or rather Toya's, upbringing were not his fault. His father, Endeavor, pushed his ambitions onto him and lit a fire in Toya. But when he found out that Toya's body could not support his quirk, Endeavor neglected him. Endeavor was a terrible father. There's no denying that. That said, the argument I've seen orbiting around Dabi is that he was pushed to insanity by Endeavor. He's a victim who is not at all responsible for his actions. But I don't think that's true. Many of his actions in the anime are too calculated to have been made by someone who was insane. For instance, his recording of Twice's death. In the video where he reveals his identity to the public, Dabi adds the footage of Twice's death to try and discredit Hawks, Endeavor, and heroes as a whole. It's obvious he planned the whole thing carefully. Very clever for someone who's insane. If anything, Dabi shows signs of narcissism, not insanity. Even as a child, he made selfish choices that hurt himself and others. E.g., he attacks baby Shoto, and he chose to keep training himself even though it hurt his body. And eventually, this leads to him almost dying. When he wakes up again 3 years later, in an unfamiliar place, Toya's first thought is to return home. But when he arrives, he finds Endeavor training Shoto, as if nothing has happened. And in that moment, Toya makes the choice not to reveal himself to his family. I think if Toya had just said something to let them know he was there, they would have been overjoyed, especially Endeavor, because I think Endeavor realized after Toya's death that he loved him and regretted neglecting him. And this is just an extra thought of mine, but I still think it's important. Toya never seems to care about the other people in his family who were also hurt by Endeavor. I mean, while Toya was experiencing emotional abuse and neglect, his mother and his younger brother were both being verbally and physically abused. Yet, Toya never tries to help or protect them. In addition, I think Horikoshi was also trying to point out that Dabi was responsible for his own actions using Shoto. When they fight each other in Season 7, Dabi taunts his brother, telling him he's a puppet for Endeavor. But Shoto stands up to him, saying, "Our father was a madman. Our family was a nightmare. Even so, you're the only one of us who chose to burn people." It's about choice. Dabi's choices and ego led him to a life of villainy, and at the end into insanity. He made destructive choices throughout his life, and he should be held accountable for that. Dabi should have our sympathy, not because he's a victim, but because he ended up so broken by his own choices. Well, that's all from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, Red.